Welcome to our show. I'm Steve Murphy. This is the Insider Exclusive. Today we are featuring one of Southern California's best law firms. It's Manly and Stewart. Stay tuned and welcome to the show. Joining me now is John Manly. He is one of the founding partners. Welcome to our show, John.
Thank you, Steve.
Now, you do a lot of things at your law firm. Tell our audience a little bit about what you specialize in.
Well, we really specialize in two things. First is my long-term practice has been representing institutional real estate clients in construction-related matters in kind of all things real estate litigation. And the second thing we do is we represent selected plaintiffs, individuals who've been seriously injured or hurt, and probably 80% of that practice has developed into representing children or adults who were abused as children by Catholic priests. And so it's an interesting practice.
Clergy sex abuse cases, right?
Correct.
You have quite a few cases of those, don't we?
Yeah, we have over 200 nationwide.
200, is it growing?
I wish I could say it wasn't, but it is.
And some of them you've even traveled all around the world to track down some of these people, right?
India, Ireland, New Zealand, yeah, and maybe making a trip to Pakistan soon.
Pakistan?
Pakistan.
That'd be an interesting place. Going with top security or what?
No, it is Karachi, and then actually also the Philippines. So
okay.
It's yeah, the Catholic Church is an international organization, and they frequently will move perpetrators across international boundaries to hide them from law enforcement and their victims.
I see. You were, I think, one of the participants in a movie, Delivers from Evil, that was nominated for an Academy Award.
Yeah, we got beat by that kind of...
By Al Gore, right?
Yeah, that sort of robotic fellow.
Yeah, well, that's kind of the popular environmental thing these days, isn't it? Although you know the practice areas that you're covering is a very serious area.
Yeah, it's Delivers from Evil was a great film because in a very objective way, it laid, without narration, laid bare Cardinal Mahoney's crimes and the crimes of the bishops in Ireland.
Right. You're based in Orange County, correct?
Yes,
Newport
sir.
Beach.
I am.
You do a lot of business in the real estate world.
Yes.
Okay. Tell us exactly, you say institutional clients. What are you doing for them? Are you doing building, leasing, what?
Well, you know, it varies. We do a lot of, there are a number of large general contractors who, frankly, are some of which are unscrupulous, who try and charge millions of dollars more than they should to public entities or business owners. And frequently, our clients have equity investors who are teachers' pension funds or state funds. So our job is to protect the equity holders' money by holding contractors accountable for overcharging.
So when are you brought into the picture here?
Well, it depends. In those kinds of cases, sometimes it's halfway through the project, sometimes it's after a sale, sometimes it's during a dispute.
You're kind of an auditor in a way.
In that context, yeah.
Yes.
We also do a lot of advice to clients on how to keep them out of litigation. I always tell clients that it's easy for any lawyer to go out and tell you to file a lawsuit.
Right.
And in my opinion, if that's where we're at, in a way you've already lost because it costs you so much money and perhaps more importantly, emotional energy and time for a company to deal with that.
So it's better to find a solution prior to doing that.
Correct, and that's what we try and do. And there's, you know, if you think outside the box a little bit, there's a lot of ways to solve problems short of litigation.
Okay, we're going to have some other partners of your firm joining us here shortly. Thank you.
Thank you, Steve.
And my next guest is Ryan DeMaria. Welcome
Thank you
to the
very
show.
much, Steve.
I want to thank you very much for coming on our show.
Thanks for having me.
Your firm, you know, I love your firm. Had you on here many, many times.
Yeah.
What do you do at the firm exactly? What kind of cases do you handle?
I personally do the real estate stuff and then the big personal injury type cases.
Okay.
That's kind of fits my background the best and it's what I enjoy the most.
Real estate stuff. Exactly what is that?
We do primarily real estate defense for landowners. We do not work for insurance companies, but when a landowner wants an extra set of counsel there, we do defense for them and personal consulting and things like that.
So a typical case that you've worked on for landlords has been like what?
It's a situation where someone has complained that they've been injured on a certain property.
Like premises liability.
Premises liability, and also in their operation of their business. We do advising on that.
What is the case, a case that you've worked on in the last few years that you like to talk about the most, that you're proudest the most?
I recently defended a mobile home park failure to maintain case, and I have a mobile home park background, both investing in them and operating them, so that was kind of an interesting case.
And failure to maintain.
Generally, what someone will sue for, the residents will get together and sue an owner if they have failed to maintain the roads or the utilities or the common areas. In a mobile home park, the residents own their own homes, so you don't have that type of litigation, but you are offering the service of all the roads, utilities, and common areas.
So they were suing to have something improved?
Correct.
You represented the actual mobile park owner?
Correct. I represented the mobile home park owner, and we do a good deal of mobile home park litigation in addition to apartment litigation.
Is that in Orange County?
It's in Orange County. That case was in Orange County and South Orange County, but we really do that all over California. Because really, there aren't too many differences geographically. It's more of an expertise in a given area.
In a case like that, were the roads really in disarray, disrepair? Or what?
Oftentimes,
that's arguable.
Oftentimes it's a mixture of, both sides doing some things that are wrong.
Right.
Generally, it's never as bad as the plaintiffs make it seem. And
darn those lawyers.
Yeah, and we also do plaintiffs' work, so I understand where they're coming from.
Yes.
But the biggest thing is creating somewhat of a rapport with the attorney on the other side, and again, just being reasonable. As soon as both sides start digging in their heels, everything goes south.
Well,
it's very expensive.
If you're a business owner, if you're a landowner, call you, right?
Absolutely.
What's your phone number down there in Orange County?
Our phone number is 949-252-9990.
And you are welcome to be on our show. Thank
All right,
you. We'll have you back again.
All right, thank you.
And my next guest is Saul Wolf. You're a relatively new lawyer at the firm, aren't you?
I am.
And what do you specialize in?
Myself, I specialize in real estate litigation.
Okay.
Primarily defense work, representing developers, institutional clients, more in the multifamily housing realm, whether it's condos or apartment complexes.
Okay. What is the typical problem that a developer comes to you with that you represent them for?
Well, the most that I've worked on, and again, as you said, I'm a relatively new attorney, but the most cases I've worked on actually deal with mold.
What is a developer? How does a developer usually handle this? Because I understand that your law firm likes to keep people out of litigation. So what do you recommend to a developer when somebody approaches them about mold in their house?
Well, what we recommend to developers, if they're property managers as well, for the most part that's what they are, who we represent, is to provide awareness to their tenants.
Yes.
So that, before they sign the lease, this may be a problem. This is what you can do to prevent moisture in your apartment. If it becomes a problem, let us know right away.
Okay.
So that we can take care of it, get it remediated so it doesn't become a problem later.
Avoid a lawsuit and take care of it.
Right.
And generally most people just want it taken care of, right?
Yeah, and you always run into the tenants who are impossible to please, and that often results in a lawsuit.
And looking at that big, pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, at the end of the lawsuit rainbow, right?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah. Well, anyway, listen, I want to thank you for being on our show. We're going to
thank
have you back
very
again.
Much. I appreciate it.
And you keep up your good work.
I will. Thank you.
Thank you, Saul.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us. We bring you special guests, special stories behind the headlines, and you can catch this once again at www.insiderexclusive. Thanks for being with us, and we'll see you next time.